And we are back. I'm going to say it again. We haven't gone anywhere. We're still here all weekend long from Vilnius, Winter Beach, Lithuania. Has Lithuania ever hosted WrestleMania? That would be cool. But anyways, I'm Stefan Rapazzo here with Dmitry Doroshenko. And our next fixture in the women's division sees who?
Sees Hyperflick, hailing from Riga, taking on a few pickups also from Lithuania, against a very short roster team of Discflyers women, hailing from Odense in Denmark. Most of them are students studying together. There are some international expat students. I'm not sure if students are expats, but we'll call it that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. Expatriate. Yeah, you're right. Are they expatriated? I don't think so. But I think they're referred to the same.
Yes.
I think expat students is certainly something that's referred to. These two teams, both on the stream earlier today, both fell short. So this one will be a game that they will want to redeem their past losses and see if they can crack into that win column.
It is possible that you also see the other field on your screens, and it's a very exciting matchup there of Tartu against Salaspils. So also women's division is playing at the moment. Both games, I'm sure, are quite exciting, but we will focus on this one of Hyperflick against Discflyers.
And so we had both teams in black. They both showing up with one uniform only, and the loss of the flip has Discflyers flipping their shirts inside out, which makes it a little tricky for numbers, but much easier for you viewers to differentiate, or else I'll get Arvids in the chat saying black against black again, and we want to keep Arvids quiet.
Almost. We averted that.
Ain't that right, Vids? So here come the Discflyers. Nice high release. They like their isolations, and they get away with one earlier. And right into goal, Valiantute with that goal, and it came from the hands of Kostinainen. So 1-0 score for the Discflyer women.
An international connection there from a Finnish player to a Lithuanian player, which is nice. So somebody's visiting back home and also getting to play some Beach Ultimate. Great, sure, I'll take that.
Love it. Throw for goal. All alone, Lapinice. And the goal throw comes from Ozolina. And that makes it one apiece. Response, a couple of holds, and a nice start to the game.
Nice to see it. Fun one. Looks to be that both teams have fairly short rosters. I mean, no roster is shorter than Discflyers. They only have 6 players.
And here they come, fighting for everything. Valentute goes to the corner and bounces it right back to center. Gainer, and that one is hanging, and it comes off somehow. Valentute finds the receiver, Dore, in the end zone, and that makes it 2-1. I can't believe they came off with that super high blade.
Yeah. Looked pretty tough, but it was caught nonetheless. And then a much easier throw for the score to follow there.
And there's a throw right out the back. Almost sits on the shelf, but doesn't.
Looks like there is a discussion if that pull was high enough to be bricked. Apparently it is retracted, and the decision is to take the midpoint.
All right, Krumina throws the first and finds Ozolina. And nice hands, Ozolina again, Krumina. Into the corner, Lazdane with the goal, and Krumina quarterbacking that bit of flow.
Yeah, good hands by Ozolina there. Difficult catch, but she held on to it nonetheless. Maybe these friction gloves are helping her there. And good for Lazdane to pick up another score. She occasionally plays with Hyperflick, but mostly going to the tournaments with them.
Sorry, who's that?
Lazdane.
Ah, yes. The goal scorer, of course.
The goal scorer. But Ozolina is playing in Hyperflick for many years. Mostly indoor.
That around is too far. Love the layout defensively just to make sure. Lapinice and Krumina picks up. Deep shot. Ozolina lays it on the line. Left hand snag laying out to the tape. What a grab.
Beautiful grab there. Maybe Lapnice could have made it a little bit easier and a little bit floatier. But Ozolina would never be shy to lay out on any surface. I've seen her laying out on the hard floors indoor. I've seen her laying out on grass, and why not sand? Well, sand is softer.
That makes it the easiest of the options.
Exactly, absolutely.
You know, when I lived in Australia, we would play something called throsh, which is a fusion of the word throw and ocean. Throshin.
Okay.
I'll tell you a bit more about it after this point.
Yeah.
There's the leading throw. Safely into the hands of them. Wide open, Valentute. Still nobody there now. The defense finally arrives, and they go for the dump, unfortunately. It looked like a good position. Now straight back, Valentute with the goal. And that levels things up, or is that a go-ahead by 2? No, that makes it 3
No,
apiece.
that levels that level things up. Yeah, that thrower there of the goal nodded to the player. They knew what's going to happen. They had it all.
Yeah.
They had it all prepared.
So the throsh sesh was the best because you'd be running on the beach, but we would always throw it into like little curling waves. So if we had these waves like shore breaks where they were breaking in, we would try and like have the throw lined up so you could lay out while the wave crashed on you. And that is some of the best times. There's not many beaches you can really make it work, but these Palm Beach, and if you're going to the Gold Coast, you can do it there. Ozolina throws in, Lazdane with the goal, and go ahead by 1 again, and nice efficient offense by the Hyperflick.
This is very sweet by Hyperflick girls, hugging after every point. Oh, that's great. Good to see the vibes. It's we're still indoor. It's still fairly cold outside, but we're having some really, really good vibes on the sand, despite not the most sunny weather outdoors, but it is sunny here and it's quite warm. So
yeah, it feels like we're outdoors.
Yeah.
The fancy window stickers, the sand, the fluorescent lighting. Okay, maybe not, but parts of it feel outdoors, and I would definitely rather be here than. Yesterday was sunny and beautiful in Vilnius. Today, less gray and gloomy. So nice to be indoors. Underneath comes now the continuation up the line. Stall count mounting and get away with one, but Lazdane there to knock it away. And there's a foul called on the throw.
Lazdane read this disc perfectly. She knocked it away pretty well, but
Solstead called the foul.
Yeah. Unless it's going to be retracted, it's going to stay with Solstead. No, apparently it was... Oi. What's going on? Oh, retracted. So no foul. is called. That means that the defense of Lazdane will stay and Hyperflick will pick up the disc and try to work it back up and get a
Krumina
score.
goes hammer, Lapnice, and that's a great catch to hang on to it and to keep her toes. And she just says, well, I'm just going to return the favor and check a hammer to Ozolina. And that's a goal.
Hmm.
A little bit of conversation
Oh, yeah.
after the point.
Looks like it, but it's a good thing to see. It's not necessarily bad. So when two Spirit captains are talking about a particular thing that they might not like and might want to avoid, not to escalate it, it's not necessarily bad. It's always good to have a conversation about it rather than starting calling.
Going back to your line, upset.
Yeah, and
So-
making bad calls and so on.
Give me some more pronunciation. Lapnice, keep saying
Lapnice.
Lapnice.
Yes.
It's like it almost says the word niece on her back, and I keep wanting to say that.
Something like that.
Lapnice.
Lapnice, yes.
And Ozolina or
Ozolinia.
Ozolinia.
Uh-huh.
Ozolinia. Okay, we're gonna get there, Latvian ladies. Leading throw and slightly misread, trying to go for it high, but more so overthrown. Krumina gets a nice under. Now back over the top to Krumina. Krumina finds a nice lane. Lapnice with the goal. Nice snag there to keep it alive.
Great. I think some of these throws were a little bit off. I think Racina was apologizing for one of the swings to Krumina. Nonetheless, worked pretty well for them. I think the defense there of Discflyers almost touched the disc a couple of times. Nevertheless, it still got into the end zone. Great reception, jumping catch from Lapnice, and that was a nice score from Hyperflick. Ozolinia getting ready to pull. A little too much and a little too high. Caught by the Ukrainian players on the sideline.
Gigolo. Just referencing the Ukrainian second part of their name. Here comes the Danish attack. A little bit too far by Valentute. And that one was for Belking, but the throw too far in front this time.
The isolation play worked quite well for them. We asked them about what do they like doing, and they did say some set plays.
And you're not wrong. Ozolinia will throw her body every chance she can get.
Yeah, and she's getting a face full of sand on that one. And looks like there is a foul on a throw called, but this time it is accepted. So the disc is going back to Lapnice. Ozolinia tried her best to hold on to it. If she would catch it, probably would be better. It would be a score, but this time the disc will go back.
Back in the hands of Krumina. The big gainer, they almost take each other out. They do, in fact. Kuliksaite, and the defense comes pouring through. Valentute says, nope, not on my watch. And a defensive switch, luckily, otherwise Valentute would have been wide open. She remains wide open despite the switch. Great hammer to expose the break side.
Nice score by Discflyers. We see here as well one of the Ogre players, Latvian contingencies coming to help over. Racins, yes, they are related. He is related to Racine. It's her husband, helping fellow Latvians to strategize and to figure out their defensive strategies a little bit better. But this time they are on offense. Good catch by Racina. She swings it.
Ooh. Nice hands. And that's hammers into defense. Discflyers having a look at the end zone. Solestead goes back. And a super high blammer. And it counts for a goal. Not sure how. That's the second time the high hammers come off. It's working. Kostainen making them work. And Valentiute bringing them down.
Being completely honest, it did not really look like a hammer. It looked like more like a blade, a knife, whatever you want to call it. Blammer, okay.
Which is a blade hammer.
Yes, okay, that would.
Because it wasn't a straight up blade either. Because it was thrown above head, not out to the side.
True. I agree. I would agree with that, but yes. Good grab there. Questionable throw. Where was the defense is the question. Ratsine did put her hand up, saying sorry for her teammate for throwing that into the defender.
Lapnice goes back to the dump space. Krumina fakes the hammer. We're still buying what she's selling. Ratsine looks around. Lapnice. Now the open receiver and the goal for the good choice and the good patience. Praikule with the goal reception, and that stretches things out to 7-5.
Shout out to Hyperflick Rookie. She has only been playing for a few months, if I remember right, but I think it might be one of her first tournaments. I'm sure she's having fun, and she's going to put that on her highlight reel, and it's going to be on ULTI.TV forever on the internet.
How many times did I play Ultimate before my first streamed game? You might wonder if this is her first tournament. I would say, I don't know, 14, 15 years worth before I had a game that was streamed. So quite lucky, first tournament getting streamed.
Yeah, I think...
Nice catch there. Valentiute goes wide side. Will the bid come? The bid came, but the throw was still too far for Marchini to make a play.
She tried. It's a good try. Talking about streamed games, I think my only streamed games actually came, the first streamed games where I was participating and playing came this year. No, last year, 2023. And they were indoor.
And how many years of playing have you had?
10.
Okay, so it takes a while. So it's lucky for some to be on the ULTI.TV stage early in their careers. Blade goes up, and a beautiful effort at it, but it was just overthrown. Ozolinia, and there's a call, but I'm not sure she could have got that.
Me neither. I agree I would say that it's a bit questionable.
Like what, she couldn't jump? Is that like the contact and it's accepted, so she knows she fouled. But I don't think they realized that it was higher than she could have caught it. But maybe I'm wrong. You know, I didn't see it. I didn't feel it out there. But
I think she was tripped slightly.
Floated up and pop pass into Elina Krumina. And her name rhymes and makes it even more exciting to say. She can sell fakes, and she can make us produce records just saying her name.
Absolutely. I think the situation with Ozolina, by scrolling back a little bit and watching it again, there was a contact with her foot, so she was knocked slightly off balance. So good on the defender there to accept that. And that results in Ozolina picking up the disc and Hyperflick getting the point. And a nice pickup to keep that one alive. Valentiute having a heck of a game out there, as she did the first time around. Solestead continues. Valentiute right back to Solestead, and bing, bang, bong. They got it going on. A goal to make it 8-6. Geert Jacques is jumping back in the comment section, cheering on Elina Krumina, who is usually playing with Ventspils, but picking up quite often for Hyperflick. cheering on his fellow Latvians. Tell us, who do you support? If you're watching the game, if you're watching the recording, comment in the live chat. Write us a comment if you're watching on repeat.
Love that catch. It should be rewarded with possession, not just assumed. And Lapnice sends the body flying, but the Lazdane throw just a bit too much on it.
Yeah, Lapni, it's a great effort there. She, threw her body around, did everything she could for that disc to try to catch it, but unfortunately was a little bit too far for her.
Looking for the big shot, doing it all in one. Valentute, but she can't keep those feet inside. Throw was just a little bit too long.
Yeah, she tried her best as well, but also jumped right out because it was just a little too far for her reach.
I don't think it would have been possible. Shot for goal, and a great collection. Clapping those two hands on it, being sure about it. 9-6. Scoreline, the lead for Hyperflick.
Yep. Works for them the second time of asking. 9-6. Hyperflick ladies are doing pretty well in this game. And enjoying their time here on the sands of Vilnius.
Ooh, almost a Callahan, but a turnover and taken away at the goal line. One throw later, they celebrate. Ozolinia with the goal, and that was an easy way to do it.
She was ready. Ozolinia was ready for that catch, and Radzina almost catching a Callahan right on the end zone line. Wanted to get off the field, but decided to stay on. Maybe try to do it again. Maybe the second time it will be a Callahan. I'm sure.
Another pull.
Yeah.
Oh, and she was going for it.
Yeah,
again.
she was ready. She was ready.
This time was ready to. Nope, not gonna do that again. And the backward pass there, Kostainen to Valentute. Back for Solisted. Hammer delivered. And for the goal, Dore with the catch. And another one on the board, 10-7, the scoreline.
Nice, fixing that mistake of not giving the first throw to the defender. Works pretty well for them. We also see some sideline support, not only from the Latvians, but also from the Danish. Hogard, a star of the Discflyers Open team, is helping out his ladies.
Yeah, great to see the in-club support, whether it's coaching or just playing out motivation, tactical insights. Good to see it. Lapnice goes up line, and one throw later, it is in for the goal, Lazdane, and it is time for Slurpees here in Vilnius. I'm not sure if they've got a 7-Eleven, but we've got a 7-Eleven on the scoreboard, so it is Slurpee time.
Not sure if there are 7-Elevens actually in Lithuania or in Latvia or in the Baltics. I think there should be definitely a place for Slurpees. We will want to find some, but
it's not a Slurpee unless it comes from 7-Eleven.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I remember. I've heard that on the commentary before from you a few times. Yes.
It's slushy or granite, but it's not a Slurpee.
But we've got coffee up here, and this coffee is very, very welcome for us.
Yeah.
It's been a long day so far, and we still have quite some to go.
Nice leading throw. Fills a little gap there. Solistan, then expansive sideline to sideline backhand. Sees Valiantute with the goal. And that is the end of Slurpee time, 8-11.
Hyperflick ladies are looking to pick up their first win. But I'm sure that Discflyers still have something to say about that. They will try to slow them down as much as they can.
Finding that sideline. Ozolinia goes wide. It's hanging. Gave defense too much of a shot, and Kurumina not enough of a shot, hanging it up there that long.
Yeah, it went a little bit behind her back for Kurumina. She had to stop. She had to try to do a contortionist trick and to pick it up from behind her, which is a very, very difficult thing to do without seeing where the disc is landing.
Valentute to Marchini. Valentute and zips one around the break and finds Dore for the goal.
A falling down throw. You don't see it very often, but as she was falling and was caught a little bit off balance, she managed to release that flick into the end zone, and her teammate, thankfully for her, for both of them, for her team, managed to pick that up and get another score. 11-9.
9-11, emergency. Only in the U.S., 9-11 call numbers are for emergency. Not Canada.
I think it's 1-1-2.
In
here.
Lithuania?
Yeah.
Good to know. Shot for goal, hanging up. Almost into Didzis Malderis there. He's watching from the back, but no, into the hands more safely of Laura Lazdane. And that was the intended receiver.
It's a good question. Who was actually the intended receiver? Was it Lazdane or was it Ozolinia? But Ozolinia is saved for the second time by Lazdane. Once in the previous match, once in this match. Looks like they will become pretty good friends if they aren't yet after this game. After this tournament, sorry.
Yeah. Good to see my boy Shmee in the chats. Who's Shmee, you might ask? Well, ULTI.TV producer extraordinaire Milan Good. Happy just passed his birthday last week, and he's a new father, so shout out to the Shmee. Ooh, there's a bid. Doesn't connect, though. And another chance. This could be the game. Selling hammers, I'll buy two. That one for the goal, though. And Ozolina cashes it in, and the victory is in the bag for Hyperflick. They celebrate with the Ogres, and that is a game. It seems like the other game is finished too. Not sure who we've got there.
Not sure as well who won, but yes, also wanted to mention that the other game is over. I would suspect that Salisbury's ladies won. I can't really see on the faces if they look happy or not very, but anyway.
We'll get those results soon enough. For now, we're out of here because we've got more action. We've got action all day, all night long. Don't you go anywhere. The next game, we see Voroy taking on Ogre, and this should be a big match coming up. So, don't you go anywhere. For Dmitry Doreshenko, I've been Stefan Rapazzo. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you